I want to talk about something truly amazing that's relevant to everyone in Ireland today. I want to talk about the evolution of Cork as the health capital of Ireland. And I want to talk about a whole new way forward for life in Cork. Cork is already the food capital of Ireland. And you can see, everyone can see what's happening right across Ireland. You can see health food stores. You can see just how evolved the entire health industry within Cork is growing. Anyone that I know in Cork at the moment who has a gym, they're all rapidly expanding. And if you look at Cork at the moment, there's so many people who are running, there's so many people eating properly. It's a whole new way of life. We are actually about to change the entire way how social networking is done right across Ireland from Cork. And that, to me, that is a truly amazing thing. We live in a city where everybody loves this city. Everybody truly loves where they're from. And that's why I'm talking about it inside in Cork City Hall today. Because I think what's happening right now has a significant effect on absolutely everybody. What I'm going to be talking about is the evolution of an entire new industry within Ireland. For so long we had a sickness and disease industry. We had an industry that made money from actually people being sick. And now we are at a time in life where we have learned so much from that. And we are now actually about to create an industry which has the ability to change how society operates. And we can make Cork a leading example in the whole new way forward. I'm talking about the emergence of a whole new health industry. An industry that can actually save people's lives. An industry that will save lives. You look at Cork. For so long, Cork has been the cancer capital of Ireland, right? And in many ways, it's been the cancer capital of Europe. Everyone in this city their families have been touched by cancer. And we have the ability to actually change this from day one. And for me, that's really exciting. It's one of the reasons why I'm talking in front of you now. Because I think more and more people should start talking up and should start coming together and exchanging. We now realise that the future of business within Cork is no longer to actually work as if I'm a businessman and it's like I want to be better than you. That's no longer the way forward. It's all about, we now have to look at the human body holistically and health holistically, but also business from a holistic perspective. So we need, every gym in Cork, every fitness and health premises needs to be working with health food premises like raw food, veganism, all of that. We need to work in relation. So, and the same thing, anyone who's involved in raw food and who's involved in health food, they need to work in correlation with gyms. And look at what's happening in Cork at the moment. As we have so much information, never in the history of this city have we been at a point where we have had this information that can help so many people. For so long, you have, quick example, in this city a lot of people are giving out about the pharmaceutical industry, and a lot of people are giving out about the medical industry. And in many ways, people have a right to do that. But what a lot of people don't know about in this city is that we have some absolutely amazing doctors, right? We have some absolutely amazing health practitioners. And they all know exactly what's going on. And they are at a point where they want to actually help people, help so many, and they can. So we need people to actually step forward, and we've great people to support so many people on all wavelengths right across the city. Right, we have the ability to change absolutely everything, and it is really, really exciting. So hopefully I'm going to keep to a point and hopefully not ramble too much. Right, look at the problems we had in the past in Cork is because of, we had an epidemic of social diabesity. Us as a city for so long, we haven't functioned properly. We functioned negatively. And our collective negative health has caused the problems that we now have today. And so we change everything once we change how lifestyles operate in Cork. And we are only now at the point where health is becoming the #1 lifestyle choice in this entire city. Everyone at the moment is getting involved in health. Look at the roads of Cork. Look at the amount of people who are now running, right? People didn't do this before. People weren't out running as much as they are now. Look at we look at before in Cork, pubs were the #1 means of social interaction and social networking. We now look at Cork and you have spinning classes, right? Spinning classes are a massive social network, and they are actually quickly becoming the new pubs and the new ways in which we are networking and coming together. We have an amazing opportunity in front of us in Cork at the moment, and we need to make maximum usage of this. As I said, you have all these smart food stores. Like you look at Mayo, you look at the Key Co-op. They're popping up absolutely everywhere. This is what's happening in Cork. Cork isn't an actual city. It's a consciousness. It's got its own character. It's absolutely beautiful what's happening. Like I talk and I getting a bit excited because I absolutely love what's going on and I love being part of it. I've been waiting for this time for a very, very, very long time. Right. So we are about to create a whole new industry for the first time in Ireland. And when I talk about an industry, I don't want to talk about just a shop opening or a gym opening. I'm talking about an industry on a scale that nobody has ever seen before. An industry that has the ability to change how the world operates and how the world functions and how the health education is distributed to everybody around, right? So I'm going to tap on this for a small bit, and I'm hoping that I'll plant seeds in other people's minds and we'll all come together and we'll all share very interesting information on how to actually progress Cork as an entire city health-wise. And it is amazing when you look into it properly and see what actually can be achieved. It is incredible, right? Just to give you a history of Cork and a history of how powerful Cork is when it comes to industry, and the amount of talent that we have in this city is absolutely incredible. Just to give you an example, it was Cork who invented the first computer. Look into it. If you look into that, you'll see Cork invented the first computer. Look at it. Computers now control the world. If it wasn't for Cork, that would not be the way. That is a fact. That is a fact, right? So and it was algorithms. The entire lot was all created in Cork. If you look into it as well, Cork once controlled the world glass trade. Industry, the world's glass trade was once controlled in Cork. We also once controlled the butter trade. If you look at the cube of butter, the size of that cube was governed in Cork, and we control the entire lot. Cork has always been the leader and the forefront in industry. And it is always going to be. That's the way it always is. You look at people there like even Henry Ford. Henry Ford is from Cork. Many people like him, many people don't like him. That's fair enough. But nobody can take away the fact that he changed the way industry works in the entire planet. Ask anyone in the world who Henry Ford is and they'll tell you. Look at the port of Cork, right? If you look at the port of Cork, we have the second largest natural port in the entire world, and it's a port that's not being used at the moment. Not being used properly to benefit everybody is what I'm talking about. This port has a history. If you look into it, it has reached every destination on the entire planet. So we have a proven track record of reaching everybody. When we use this city properly, we're going to change how industry works. And we're going to use business holistically to help everyone. It's not about businesses helping other businesses. It's about business helping people. And it's about showing business people how to invest in people, right? And this is a very important thing we need to do. Cork is the forefront of the future because look at the location of where we are, right? If anything is imported into Europe by boat, it stops in Cork. Look what Cork is if you're coming from America, that's where it all comes in here. And anything leaving Europe, Cork is the last place you'll stop before it goes to America. We already have distribution networks set up for the entire world, right? So we need to interact this with our health industry, with our only now growing health industry. As I said, anyone that has a gym in Ireland at the moment is expanding. They are all starting to make money. Right? So if anybody has any money, you need to start investing in good people within the health industry. It is going to become the #1 industry in Ireland. Have no doubt about that. It is going to become the #1 industry in Ireland. Also, if you look into health, food, nutrition, it's something that I'm very passionate about, and that's what has me here. But if you look at enzymes, you look at iridoids, you look at the living energies of food, raw food. You go into any gym today, you just say raw food and you have everybody's attention, right? But living food, raw enzymes, functional medicine, within the next 10 years, functional medicine will overtake the pharmaceutical industry. Think of that, right? Think of that. No, you look at the biggest industries in the world, right? The biggest companies, everything. They're all in Cork already. They're already in Cork for the reason that I'm telling you about now. It's just that we allowed all multinational corporations to function in Cork the way we should be doing. And it's only now we are starting to step into the realm where we need to be doing this. The reason all these big, massive multinational corporations are in Cork is because of our location in the world, but also because of the mindset of people from here. We think differently, right? We think differently. I'm not trying to say that we're better than anyone, but in many ways we have more balls than a lot of people, right? We are a city that actually gets behind people, supports people. It doesn't matter what you do. Once you're a good person, we'll kind of say, go on. That's why it's called the Rebel County, right? We love challenge, right? We absolutely love it. Challenge is important. And we're about to use this to actually change the entire workings of society. And it is absolutely amazing. So I want other people to this is only my first time making a video like this, but I'm going to make a lot more, but I want people to come to me and have a chat, and let's start changing everything within the city. We need to start getting behind absolutely everybody. In Cork at the moment, there's more people obese than there is starving, right? Even like when we look at people starving, I was involved with Cork Penny Dinners for a while. I was volunteering in it, and that aspect of Cork is growing rapidly, and people don't need to be hungry in Cork, right? People don't need to. We need to get them into Penny Dinners, and you can get a 3-course meal. And people here are so generous and so nice. So we have looked after that to a percentage. So now we need to look after the other end. People are obese. We live in emotional dysfunction is bad as well. Suicide. Where I come from in Cork, we had 3 suicides in 1 week, a good while back, and that's not right. But all of these can be helped with the creation of a health industry. You look at now, even gyms across the city, fair enough, many people are still training for physical enhancement. But we also have many gyms, personal trainers, who are now training for emotional development, right? So confidence is a very important thing in life. If you talk to many doctors who know their stuff, look at Cork, you have a lot of people who have cancer. Cancer is a big thing in Cork for a while, right? And if you ask any doctor, they'll actually tell you that they nearly know a lot of who's going to survive and who's not, depending on their confidence level, right? Confidence has an effect on your body. So for people in the hospital, if their confidence is up, they know they're going to win. I'm going to beat it. They will. They beat it. If they're down and they're nearly out, they won't, right? So confidence is a very important thing. So we need to create a system and industry and social networking in the city that gives everybody in Cork access to confidence. You don't just train for physical development, you train for emotional development, emotional strength. These are very important things, right? And it's important to everybody. It's important to absolutely everybody. Like, if you look at the businesses in Cork, Cork's about to boom business-wise, right? We have developments there in you've the Beamish in Crawford. I think they're looking for 400 construction workers already, and there's a multi-million-euro development. You also have the Capital Cinema. That's a big, massive development there as well. All these businesses, every business in the city needs healthy employees, right? Healthy employees. Health is what develops business. That's the way it is. It is the way it is, right? Health is what develops business. So we need to create a health industry that helps absolutely everyone. And this health industry needs to be based around people and the development of people. We create a whole society that helps develop people. So how can you give everybody access to confidence in Cork? Very interesting. And with the bike scheme that's now been rolled out in Cork, I absolutely really like this. I think it's fantastic. Very cheap bikes. I like it because cycling is very good for your confidence. Cycling is absolutely amazing for your confidence. So is running. Being part of big groups of people is very good for your self-development, health, and all this. So even by creating, with the cycling scheme, what I'm looking to create at the moment is I want everyone in the city to be able to work as a community. Like, we need to have community-driven social solutions to help us out of our health, the economic health problems we have, and personal health problems we have at the moment. Like everyone in this city, I think, should have access to, at lunchtime between 1 and 2, a 10-kilometre cycle. I think that's a fantastic idea. Because it keeps everyone healthy and of little or no cost. And it's because of our lack of being in control of our own health for so long that we have the society that we have now at the moment. So we need to get people, we need to create social, make health the number one important factor within society in Cork, and communities and base communities around health. And it's already happening. It's already happening. And it is absolutely fantastic. Even you look at many gyms across Cork now at the moment, they have so much knowledge now when it comes to development of human anatomy, everything. I've even friends, I haven't seen them for a while, and within the space of a few weeks in certain gyms, they're all of a sudden now wearing what I call budgie smugglers, and they're doing this kind of stuff, right? And it's really cool, but that's because the information that's there now at the moment is absolutely amazing. We have incredible doctors in this and medical practitioners who have not only studied in Ireland and Western medicine, they've also gone to China, learned Chinese, learned Eastern medicine. So we are at the point where balance is coming back, and we know there's not just one solution to everything. There's many different solutions to the problems that we have, and the information we have at the moment is absolutely amazing, and it's exciting. It's exciting for anybody who has a genuine interest in this. I sit down and talk to friends who are personal trainers and friends who are coaches, and we talk for hours on how to develop people, how to develop everything, and I absolutely love it, right? We have so much ability, knowledge, and once we share what we have, everybody develops, and the enhancement of the entire city goes woof. We can change how things operate in this city easily, and we can lead the rest of the country by example. Cork has always led the rest of the country by example. We have. You look at Cork is so small, and we are the only really connected place, right? Cork is a very, very friendly place. We all know each other. We all know each other. We all know what's going on. We all support one another. Every health shop that's in Cork at the moment, I fully support. There's great people running them. We all know exactly what's on. Cork is a very friendly city, right? That's why we need community-based health solutions. Because Cork is cool. Everybody knows everyone, and everybody communicates in a very good way and is very supportive. You look at Cork, you walk down the street, you bump into someone, the whole half the street says sorry about that. And because people are friendly, like if you land in any other, if you're flying into any city, right, and you land in any other city in this world, and when the plane lands, if you start clapping and go yay, you look like a weirdo, right? You actually look like a lunatic. But if you land in Cork and you don't start clapping, you look like a weirdo. You land in Cork, and for some reason, I don't know who started it, but everyone just starts clapping, yay! And that is a beautiful thing, like, and it's only something small, but we truly have an incredible city, and we can change everything. Look at the size of it. Cork is very small. It's a small little village, is all it is. It's a village of a lot of people, and we have an abundance of not only knowledge, but great people to look up to, and great people to show us a way forward. You look at Robert Heffernan, right? For a quick example, look what that man has done for sport. One man, because he achieves, and because he's a good bloke. Like he's not ego. He's one of our own in Cork, and that's what's good about it. But he's after getting the whole place running. The whole place now runs because of Robert Heffernan, which is absolutely brilliant. And he's a great man because he's only there to help other people as well. And that's the way it is in Cork. It always has been. So I don't want to get off my point, but we have some ability to change how systems work in this world. A lot of people are against the financial structures in life and big businessmen, and we need to find a way without money. But I'm going to tell you something very interesting, right? Not only do we need gyms and health centres and cancer recovery centres to work in synchronization with other food places and nutrition and raw food and yoga and all of the above. We also need people to learn how to interact with the people who have money, right? What I mean is, at the moment in Cork, we have the people who control all the money. They're on the top, right, and we're on the bottom. They don't have a clue what's going on at the bottom, right? And the people at the bottom don't have a clue what's going on at the top. So all the businessmen, some of the big businessmen in Cork, they develop businesses to help businesses. They don't develop businesses to help people, right? Which is their own worst enemy, because then if you develop a business to help a business that doesn't help people, then that business doesn't actually have a future. Everyone's going to hate it. You look at things like, just look at Irish Water, the whole country's after turning against them. So now you have businessmen who know this, and like if you get a business that actually operates for the benefit of people, right? Think of that for a second, right? Think of the possibilities of having businesses that work for the benefit of people. Now that people can make money from it, now people are healthier, happier, and everybody loves it. People will just love working for that company. You know what I mean? People will absolutely love working for that company. Like, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. So we need to get, so money is important for that perspective. We need to get big investors to invest in health in Ireland. It's going to become the #1 industry. If anyone knows anything about health, raw food, anything, they will tell you. They will tell you within 10 years, Cork is going to be massive. So now is the time for people to invest. And I understand like what's happening in the world at the moment. Like it's interesting. You look at many people who have lots of money and big businessmen. They're actually told by their accountants, leave the country for 4 months, right? Leave the country and spend money so you don't have to pay tax. Get rid of money so you don't have to pay tax, right? Instead of getting rid of money, like I have friends who are trying to start up gyms, right? I have friends who are trying to want to start up cancer recovery places, holistic health, yoga, all of the above. Why not, instead of just getting rid of money, invest in these people? There's beautiful people out there who have all the knowledge in the world and have the ability to help so many people, and they're just struggling just to get off the ground. So we need to create, in Cork is, right, we need to create, like, I know you have the Cork City Council and they operate within the political system and many different corporations, but we need to have our own council, right, of people, right? Like I'm a personal trainer, I've been into this a long time, it's guided my whole life really, to be honest. Many people don't understand me, but they're slowly starting to understand where I'm coming from. So we need to get everyone who's into health, like all chiropractors, physios, the entire lot, we need to meet up as a collective. We need to actually meet up, right? We need to meet up, sit around a table, and between the lot of us, we'll communicate properly, and we'll change the future direction of Cork for the benefit of absolutely everybody, right? And it's amazing when you understand the power of doing that. For example, like everyone's going to go old in Cork. Everyone's going to have kids in Cork. We can create a system where everyone who's old is looked after with proper health. Everyone young is going to have access to proper health, proper knowledge. You can completely change how systems work very easy. For example, we're in a beautiful, look at the amount of land we have. We're underpopulated so much that we have the infrastructure to be able to give primary schools in this city land, right? We can give primary schools land for the schools to be able to grow their own foods. So the kids grow their own foods, we can actually help educate them on how to actually do it. Now the kids produce their own foods. The schools produce their own foods. So you have self-sustainable educational economies, is what you're looking at. So kids produce their own foods. You can produce so much, kids become the ones who bring the food home. No, if you set up a system, we had big businessmen who set up this system where we can help educate kids on the importance to do with health, nutrition, everything. We can make the kids become ones who go home and help their families, help the elderly. You can change the system of how everything works. And that is the beauty of it when you look into it properly. Right, one of the biggest problems we have in Cork as well at the moment, you've multinational, international food stores. I'm not going to name anyone, but like big international food stores, and the average money a family spends in Cork at the moment in these food stores is, let's say, €130 a week, most families spend. Because these companies are foreign, we're actually exporting our economy. Every family is exporting €130. That's going to a foreign company who are importing foreign foods and stuff like this. So we're exporting our economy. So if we kind of change around, we have the infrastructure to grow our own foods. We have the infrastructure to grow everything that we need. Like I think gyms, health clubs. Like you look at Nemo Rangers, you look at St Finbarr starting a football club. They should be growing their own foods. There's nothing stopping them from doing it. They become self-sustainable. We educate them on the importance of nutrition, so everyone on that team has the best of nutrition. No, so do the kids. The kids have the best, so they will accelerate quicker. Now when we do a proper education, we become the health capital of this world, right? We lead by example in Europe, and kid me not, it is going to happen anyway. We've incredible, passionate people in this city. And it's going to happen anyway. We need just to get great people to share different information. And we can help so many people. We can advance sport on a level that has never been seen. Like I think, I would like to see even like the cancer care and cancer recovery. I would like to see teams set up for cancer recovery, right? Like soccer teams, basketball teams, different teams. Create a league, right? Imagine you were someone who had cancer. My own dad is recovering at the moment. He's doing very good, and I'll talk about that in a second, right? So I have a bit of an understanding, and it's great to see that there's so many people recovering at the moment. But what happens if people they're bouncing back from recovery, right? They've given the all clear by doctors, and they're part of a team. Imagine if that team won the league. How cool would that be for the entire family, the entire community? Like every community, Cork has been touched so much by cancer that every community in Cork should have a team for cancer, for a society and teams, so these people can come and join. And then you get people like me in talking about health, foods, different things. Educate the whole lot. We are on the cusp of a whole new way forward educationally for Ireland, right? And it's going to happen. It's going to happen anyway. Think of everything to do with health. Think of the entire industry that health has. Foods. Look how rich Ireland is when it comes to planting foods, crops. And Ireland has already starved before. Ireland will never starve again because we know what happens when people go hungry. But we have the ability to produce not only foods for our own economies and foods for the own developed growth and health of everyone in Cork, we can also export. We have the best port there is, best port in the city, best port in the country. We can export absolutely everything, and we've already a proven path that our export system has touched every economy on the planet and every port. So anyone who has money, massive money, you can invest in the health of Cork and the people of Cork. And even if people were to get, let's say, loans from banks, imagine getting a loan from bank on the proof that the Cork has touched every harbour in the entire planet at the moment, you know? There's no one will say no. You look at the power of Cork. You look at people look at all banking systems and many different things. The South Mall in Cork is the wealthiest street in Europe, right? But for a long time, we were told people don't have money, and people do. People have money, and for so long, the whole system was so manipulated and so done wrongly that people were scared to invest in different things. Scared to invest in people, scared to invest in so many different things. But now it has completely changed. It has completely changed. I'm going to give you I want to plant a seed, because I think we need to create groups where people share ideas, because ideas create. The future is based on ideas that we have now. And so we need to share ideas and create systems of getting people together so we can share ideas. Just one idea. I'm gonna, like I already tell you that gyms, hospitals, everywhere need to grow their own, right? Need to grow their own. But, right, not only that, like just say like you have a big shopping centre. Think of a shopping centre like anywhere, a big shopping centre. We need to have our own shopping centres, right? And these shopping centres need to be licensed to actually local producers. Licensed to local producers, so local, not foreign, but local producers. So now local producers get access to certain times in the shopping centres, like the markets. Look at the markets across Cork. They're growing rapidly because people are realising the importance of foods. Look at the flavours, everything in these markets are incredible. And the people are great too. I'd go to the markets, end up nearly doing the hula hoop there with some of them, because hooping has become a big thing amongst women in Cork, hula hooping, you know. It's just a funny one. But markets have become huge. There's markets everywhere. The Wilton Shopping Centre, man, people need to get to these. They're absolutely fantastic. They're the way forward. People are realising the importance of it. So what if we had a big, massive shopping centre and actually licensed these people to actually have a certain access to the shopping centre? They can actually sell what they have, right? Now here becomes the interesting thing. Now we're after creating our own economy, right? We create our own economy. The €130 per family is not being exported. It's now being circled in economy in Ireland. So you're actually creating local producers absolutely everywhere. Now you get kids involved, everything. You're creating jobs, creating so much stuff. Now I'm going to tell you something very interesting. Many people in this country are giving our own banking systems and so much, right? And fair enough. But like, People are giving out that we need to change money and we need to get out of Europe and we need to do so much stuff, right? The interesting thing is we don't need to take that problem up with the banks. We don't. We need to take it up with the shopping centres. Like basically, we don't need the banks. Once we get the shop, if we create our own shopping centre and we were all locally producing absolutely everything. Now with that shopping centre, we could get the shopping centre to accept whatever money we have locally. We could create our own currency, and not based on gold, based on a kilogram of food, so to speak, right? So based on a kg of food. So the value of local currency will be based on a kg of food. Now, if anyone in this country has no money, they can actually grow it, right? You go to the backyard and they grow it. They grow a kg of food, then you bring your food to your local producers, now it's worth money. So everyone has access to they're not hungry, they're not starving. Imagine, let's say homeless people in Cork, right? We had a massive problem for a while. Imagine these people had the ability to actually grow their own food and get money from it. People would live, like, people wouldn't die, like, people would be able to afford rent, at the very least, be able to afford rent. And it's just an idea, but these things we have to get people talking about. And it's vital. Like, Cork has the ability to change the world, right? And with that becomes responsibility. So what happens if we do nothing? Right? We just stay as we are, like, and we just leave sickness and disease grow and just sit back and do nothing? How can anybody let down their family by doing that? Like, your kids, your future generations, we've all been touched by some form of disease. We cannot do that. We've already starved. We have the ability to stop the world from starving by leading by example, you know? And it's something that we need to actually do immediately. Like, so we can create so many different health groups, society. It's happening everywhere. Look at marathons. We need a triathlon in Cork. I was talking about this before. A triathlon. I was talking with Ken O'Flynn. He's actually Deputy Mayor of Cork. We need a triathlon. Vital, like, you know, we need to enhance health and enhance the awareness of absolutely everything. We have the ability to change the entire world if people would only realise it. Look at what we have learned within the last year. People are realising the importance of water, the importance of living foods. They're important. People are giving out about the pharmaceutical industry, right? But the problem with the pharmaceutical industry doesn't doesn't belong to the pharmaceutical industry. That is created by our lack of social health, or lack of community development within health, right? Because that's only a last case thing. So we need to prevent people getting sick. Not to wait for people to be getting cured from whatever means they can. We need to prevent them from getting sick. We prevent people from getting sick by generating lifestyle changes, right? If we as a collective in Cork have a negative lifestyle, an unhealthy lifestyle, that only benefits the pharmaceutical industries. The biggest pharmaceutical industries in the world are in Cork, right? So that means they're in Cork, they control the entire pharmaceutical industry across the entire planet, right? So if we change Cork, we change how society operates in Cork. We create lifestyle systems in Cork, right? We get everybody, like those bikes, look up Rebel Ruggers Cycling Community on Facebook. I've only just started something, right? And we're going to be developing everything. We're going to be getting access to information to absolutely everyone in Cork who wants it, all right? So we changed the system of lifestyle in Cork, generated on health, and giving everyone, young, old, everyone access to community-based health, right? Once we change all of that, once we get everybody healthy, we're already after changing the pharmaceutical industry globally. The pharmaceutical industry will have to change in Cork immediately. Right? Immediately, prevention is better than cure. Ask your nan that, she'll tell you. Prevention is better than cure. We need to become a city of prevention, right? We've already become, we're in a beautiful place here at the moment, right? We're in, I respect this because, I'm going to tell you a beautiful quote by a guy called Terence McSweeney, right? Terence McSweeney, fantastic guy. He wrote a book called Principles of Freedom. And on his inauguration as Mayor of Cork, his main quote was, "It's not those who inflict the most, but those who suffer the most who shall prevail." Very powerful. I think that needs to be the quote of the development of the entire health industry in Cork. It's not those who inflict the most, but those who suffer the most who shall prevail. Cork has suffered more than absolutely anyone. Cork has been the city of suffering for so long, only for us now to realise and understand a way forward. Cork is the forefront of change. I have no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. You look at, for example, look at all these different clubs, GAA clubs, sports clubs everywhere. We need to get all of these teams, all of these clubs, we need to give them the access to an abundance of health knowledge, right? Also nutrition, the entire lot. Any society that regulates knowledge on health for financial gain is a failed society from day one. Cork has been the leader in failed societies for so long, and now it's going to change, and everybody knows that, right? Everybody knows that. It's no longer, it's a balancing of the mind, right? That's what it is. And it is interesting to even say this from in Cork City Hall, right? I've studied this for so long, right? This is the most interesting part about Cork City Hall, is the fact that it's actually highly respected by Republicans, because you have Terence McSweeney, you have Tomás McCurtain, you had you incredible people, we have an incredible history, right? But it's also respected by the other side of it, by the Crown, by everyone. So in a strange way, we need to balance everything, because you can't just ignore any part of the society. You can't. None of them is going away. Nobody's going away. Everyone's here to stay. Everyone's here to stay. The people who have no money, the people who have money, the people who are political, the people who are not political, the people who are corporate, the people who are social, the people who are... They're all here to stay, so we need to find a system of getting everybody working together. I'm not political, I'm against politics. People might have seen me as political before. I'm not political. I'm fully against politics. I would love to see it. As a kid growing up, I don't know, I was always fascinated by the position of Mayor of Cork. I always wanted to be Mayor of Cork. I loved it because Terence went through a whole lot of it. And I seen it as such a... I was kind of going, yeah, you could change so much. I knew this thought as a kid. So I think even the mayor's seat of Cork needs to be non-political. Non-political. And I think at the moment there's a pact in Cork. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and Labour, they share the position of Mayor of Cork, right? How can that work for the benefit of anybody? Anybody. Because you have one political party gets in once and they create control the commercial aspect of it, then the next year someone else gets in and they wipe out that one. You can't have that. We need to have non-political. It's the only way forward, right? For a long time, I've been studying all this. I started getting involved in health when I got to Australia a long time ago, and I became a personal trainer. And I started to realise just how important this is. How health is everything. It's not just one thing, it's not the fit, it's the whole everything. Health is part, you need health in every system that works. No system works without health. And I got addicted to it. I went to libraries, I started studying nutrition, health, and I was going, oh my God, what I'm learning has the ability to save lives. and to change how everything works. And I used to think, who else is thinking like me? There has to be someone else. There has to be someone else out there thinking like me. And because we can change so much. And I came back to Ireland to actually to help educate people on a lot of stuff. And when I got back here, I realised just what was going on. And I realised that I had to learn law. And I realised just how far back we are gone. And for a long time that made me very angry, right? But that made me very angry, realising just how bad things are. But I'm no longer angry. The anger's gone. I was angry for so long. I'm really angry, really upset that my dream is to create an entire health industry in this city and this country and change how everything works. And I learned a lot in law, but at least I'm able to help people now, right? But we have the ability to change how everything works in this city. Health is everything. Health is everything. It is the most important thing. The most important thing. Again, I'll just go back to a small thing before I finish up. We have the emergence of a lot of gyms around Cork, right? Look at any class, boxing class, yoga. Yoga's become massive here. You even see Kate is doing a great job on the Tremor Road with Bikram Yoga. The Munster rugby team are inside there. You have great friends doing amazing stuff when it comes to personal training. So we need to get everyone together, right? We need to get everyone, please get in contact with me, and we need to get everybody together. So we'll all get together, we'll share information, and we'll actually evolve the entire city. We'll evolve the entire city because every one of us needs to take responsibility, and we control the direction of the future of Cork. Right, thank you very much. I hope that got a lot of people interested. I hope it's an important thing to talk about. And I hope I planted a seed in your mind. Cork is the future, and it starts now. So we need to work with that. It's not those who inflict the most, but those who suffer the most who shall prevail. Thank you very much.